Oh, hi everyone. Look, I was just trying to put this in my car. Welcome to My Garage Rules tonight. Well, we're here at Christian's garage, and I tell you what, you're in for a treat. We'll have a look at it right after this.
My Garage Rules is brought to you by You Pull It, Auto Transformers, Outlaw Speed Shop, SA Suspension Centre, Jeff's Garage, Mobile Auto Care, and Black Canvas Photography.
Road rage, honey, the thing that man will do.
Well, here we are with Christian Eckerts. How you going, mate?
Good.
Good. Welcome to the show. I mean, this is amazing. Your garage is, it's borderline OCC or OCD. I get confused which one it is. I think OCD. Mate, this is beautiful in here.
Thank you.
Just tell us about it for a start. Where did this all begin?
The shed?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, actually, your madness started like years ago. I've known him for 20 odd years. It started ages ago. Your hair was a lot higher then.
Yeah, it's come down a little bit since then. I had the opportunity to build a garage the way I wanted to have it, and this is how it turned out.
Mate, I'll tell you, well, let's start off with the dragster for a start. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, as soon as we walked in here, we found our own, it was like the Mecca, you know, we found it, here it is. Tell us about this dragster. What sort of era you're sort of aiming for here?
Yeah, look, it's based on a mid to late 60s front engine dragster, obviously. It's based on the US style as opposed to Australian, which is very different.
Yep. So what's the difference between the Aussie and the US then?
Basically, the US were just far more advanced in that era as opposed to Australia, who were just getting into drag racing at that time.
Oh, cool.
In the States, they'd been drag racing since the 50s. Not to say there wasn't drag racing happening in Australia, but they're just far more advanced in the parts and their technology, and the cars just look way cooler, in my opinion.
Now, there's no school for doing this sort of stuff, so I mean, you've learnt how to do this all by yourself?
I've picked up a lot of skills from people along the way. I was really fortunate. Basically, when I decided I wanted to have a front engine dragster, I was originally looking for an original car. And hard to come by, particularly in Australia.
Yeah.
There are a few around, but yeah, so I started looking in the States, and the cackle car thing had taken off at about the time I was looking, so prices were starting to go through the roof.
Amazing when that happens though, the cackle fest. All that noise is just amazing. If anybody's been there, wow, crazy, isn't it?
And it's great to see those 60s cars being restored now.
You've done all the chassis yourself, you've done basically all the setup yourself. You had a bit of a story about the fiberglass, do we call it a cowl? I suppose the fiberglass cowl section on the back?
Yeah, that was something I was going to either have a go at making myself or have made. And yeah, basically an option came up from the States and we grabbed it. So It's exactly how I wanted it. I should take a step back though in building the car. Once I'd been looking for a while in trying to buy a car with history and finding it hard to do that, I started to have a look again locally, and I remembered about a car that I loved as a kid, which was called the Twister.
Oh yes, yeah.
And which was built.
I used to play Twister. Sorry, is that the wrong one?
Totally different thing.
Oh, hey, never make it, trust me.
But that was a dragster built and raced by a guy named Jeff During, who's
Jeff During, yes,
well known in Adelaide, as particularly a Chrysler guy.
Yep.
And so unfortunately he had just sold that car when I called him to see if he still had it. But he was kind enough to bring me in, and he had one of his race engines left over, and a bit of driveline gear.
Well, let's just quickly talk about the engine.
Yeah.
So what's the engine?
The engine is a 360 cubic inch Chrysler. It's a very early, it's the earliest of the, I think, the Dodge motors. So the block is from the States.
You've got a Hemi sitting down the back there. Now, I tried to put it in my boot, it wouldn't fit. But tell us about that. Is that going in this dragster?
Potentially, we'll see how we go.
Yes, please.
Yeah, look, this is the first time I've raced a car like this, so we're going to get it going with the small block first. If we run some quick times and get the bug, or the Hemi will be going in there.
So this sort of class for dragster, obviously, is a nostalgia type class. Is it still being run somewhere? Is it?
Yeah, look, there are nostalgia classes for dragsters, but you know, we could turn up at any drag meet and run it in modified or a similar class like that.
Well, I think it looks great, and you've done all the work on it, the aluminium work as well, which is amazing. Have you got a name for it yet, or anything like that? You've been trying to come up with something? Yeah. Is it a secret? Is it secret men's business?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure yet. Not sure. I come up with a few, but yeah.
You said before the twister and stuff like that.
The garage is amazing, but we've just noticed too, you've got this amazing left-hand drive Tudor, which you're converting at the moment to right-hand drive. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a car imported from Oregon nearly a year ago. It's just a good, solid, original car, but it does have a mild, high compression engine and an overdrive fitted. So it looks like a bit of a stocker, but it does go okay.
Oh, that's good, mate. And look, converting it to right-hand drive. Eventually, what are you going to do? You're going to hot rod this thing as well, or just keep it all original?
Yeah, that's the plan. We're going through the process of converting to right-hand drive at the moment. You know, guards are off. It'll be a high boy style. It'll be a 40s period hot rod.
Oh, beautiful. Well, I mean, you would have had the trans and the motor if it wasn't for us coming over today, but it was an important day, you know. So it was great.
You know that I love you, but no one else above you. Have mercy on me, baby. Have mercy. Have mercy on me, baby. Please have a little heart. Have mercy on me, baby. You're tearing me apart. The way that you do me.
Well, look, let's get back to the garage again. Everywhere we look in here, we're just standing here with our mouths open, mate. You've got so much, let's say, nostalgia type stuff in here and collectible stuff. I mean, how long have you taken to collect all this stuff? It's amazing.
Yeah, a bit hard to say. I guess it's
model kits over there, which are just crazy.
Well, you know, I was one of those kids that was always building model cars. You know, my first words were car brands. So, you know, if I obviously was too young to build the real thing, so I was always customising models, and it's just grown from there. So. I don't really build the cars so much these days, but the addiction's still there in buying the old kits.
Oh, absolutely, and it looks fantastic through there. And you know, we had a bit of a laugh at the old photo of you sitting on the motorbike there. Yes, boy, that's when I remember when you had your quiff and everything. But look, I love the Tudor, I love the rail as well, mate, and I just love the whole garage setup. You know, I spent like 10 minutes looking at your block and tackle in there. You know, it's just incredible. You got all these things, and it's all decked out perfectly outside here. I mean, I was buzzing at the light out the front here. You got like a barn light all the way from the US. It's fantastic.
I guess I'm known for my attention to detail.
And, look, and I think the
best thing about what you've done today is you've actually arranged a whole bunch of friends to come over, and they got some pretty cool cars. Some of them have been on the show as well, which has been good too. So.
She got us paralyzed. You know she's only playing with you. Like a carpet on a string. Remember just one thing, that she can love you like I do. Have mercy on me, baby. Please give this heart a break. Have mercy on me, baby.
But look, good luck on the 30 Model 8. That's just going to be awesome. But what do you reckon about this rail? How much longer do you reckon till she's on the strip?
Well, I'm thinking next summer we should be right. Yeah, I'm doing a big push to get it going now. I've been building it for 5 years. The first 2 years we made a lot of progress, and then, you know, family and business take a lot of time in investing. So yeah, the last 3 years of...
Did you say family? Oh, you've got two little girls, haven't you?
A girl and a boy.
Yeah, a girl and a boy, sorry.
Yes.
And what are their names?
Aggie and Scully.
Oh, are you saying hello to them, I hope?
Of course. Yeah,
she watches the show, I hope.
Oh, they help me build. They're good.
And your lovely wife?
Dione.
Dione, there you go. He remembered his wife's name. It was very most important.
Look, we really appreciate you letting us come out today and eating your food. And basically having a look at this amazing garage. It was basically, you haven't, this is always like this, isn't it? Or did you clean up before we got
No,
in?
it's always looked like this, exactly.
We really appreciate you letting us come out and have a look in this amazing dragster, whatever the name's going to be. But hopefully we can come back and maybe do another story when she's all...
Yeah, which is all good. Thanks,
maybe we could put a camera on the roof and take it down the strip.
Oh, now there's
an idea.
I know somebody called Puro would like that idea. All right, thanks,
man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Back to you guys. Thank you.